they about to be reacting to. That's why everyone loved these $15 shoes. Hey man, this had to be like back in the day, cause I don't even think you can catch a pair of Shacks for $15. So let's see what they talking about. We recently did a video on how Kanye screwed up a $17 billion shoe. But let's see about these $15 shoes and where they went. Cause I'll wear them if they comfortable and they look right. Yeah.
In 2006, a pair of sneakers showed up at a
Oh
Stephen
six.
Barry's
I was
discount
three. I was born in '03. I was three.
with a price tag of
That
$14.98,
Payless.
not $150, not even $50. The same price as a Chipotle burrito bowl with guac. And for about 6 months, Nike had absolutely no idea what to do about it. The
Shit,
man
I
behind
know what to do about it. Shit. I'll make y'all shoes cheaper if y'all want to sell more. Yeah.
those was Stephon Marbury, two-time NBA All-Star, one
Stephon
of the
Marbury
most
was a bucket.
electrifying point guards of his generation, and at that moment, one of the angriest athletes in professional sports. But he wasn't angry about playing time or contract negotiations. He was angry about shoes. Specifically, he was angry that kids in neighborhoods like the one he grew up in were paying $150 for sneakers that cost $8 to manufacture.
Really.
He was angry that teenagers were getting robbed and sometimes killed over Jordans and Air Force Ones. And he decided he was going to do something about it that nobody in the sneaker industry thought was possible.
Look at this pioneer. Look at this. Look at this pioneer. Yes, sir.
He was going to make a signature shoe that any kid could afford, and he was going to wear it himself in actual NBA games on national television while making $15 million a year. The shoe was called the Starbury One, and what happened next nearly broke the sneaker industry's entire...
Stephen Barry. So did he have his own store? Cause that'd be crazy. I thought he was just selling them out of Payless or something.
business model. To understand why Marbury's $15 shoe was such a threat, you have to understand how the sneaker industry actually works. In 2006, the global athletic footwear market was worth about $15 billion. Nike controlled roughly 36% of that market, with Jordan Brand alone generating over $1 billion annually. And the entire system was built on one psychological principle. The more expensive the shoe, the more desirable it becomes.
That's true to a certain extent, because there's a lot of people out here that's hype beasts, you know what I'm saying? They get it. Or there's a lot of people that can't dress, but they got like stupid expensive clothes on. So they just throw it, they just buy expensive shirt, expensive pants, and expensive shoes, and they don't even match. But this costs that much, this costs that amount of dollars. So I got drip on, I guess. I don't know.
Accidental. Nike figured this
My
out.
thing
in
is,
the
if you can't throw a fit together without having to get all them name brands and whatnot, then could you really call yourself a fashionable person, or can you really say that you can dress if you have to spend X amount of dollars to look good? Come on now.
80s when they launched the Air Jordan 1 at $65, more than double what most basketball shoes cost at the time. People lost their minds. The shoes sold out, and Nike learned a lesson they have never forgotten. Scarcity and high prices do not hurt demand. They create it. By 2006, signature basketball shoes routinely cost $150 to $180.
Hard though. I don't like lows, but them is hard. There's some hard fours.
Actual manufacturing cost was somewhere between $8 and $15 per pair. The markup was not a secret, but nobody in the industry talked about it publicly because the whole game depended on consumers believing that expensive shoes were worth the price. That the technology justified it, that the athlete's endorsement justified it, that the status justified it. Stephon Marbury grew up in Coney Island, Brooklyn, in the projects. His family had almost nothing. Basketball was the way out, and he was spectacularly good at it.
Hey.
He was good enough to be drafted 4th overall by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mercy he got drafted to the Bucks. I didn't know he got drafted to the Bucks. I just knew he was a bucket playing with Kevin Garnett.
1996. Traded to Minnesota, then to New
Damn, he got a
Jersey,
cranium on him, don't he? Yeah.
then to Phoenix, and finally to New York, where he became the hometown star the Knicks had been waiting for. Along the way, he signed shoe deals, first with And One, then with Reebok. he made millions. He wore $150 sneakers on the court, in press conferences, and in ads. He was, by every measure, a successful part of the machine. But something about it never sat right with him. In interviews, Marbury talked about going back to Coney Island and seeing kids wearing sneakers that cost more than their families paid in rent. He talked about the pressure those kids felt to have the right shoes and the danger that came with it. In the early 2000s, sneaker-related robberies and violence were not abstract concerns.
Yeah, man, this was different, bro. This was different. To lose your life over a pair of sneakers, that has to be one of the worst ways to go out, honestly, bro. RIP to those that did, though, or that got robbed for their shoes or whatnot. It's sad.
Front page news. Kids were getting jumped for their Jordans. In some cases, they were getting killed. And the sneaker company's response was essentially not our problem. Marbury decided to make it his problem. In 2006, he partnered with Steve & Barry's, a discount retailer that most people had never heard of. Steve & Barry's had a simple business model. They negotiated cheap leases in struggling malls, bought merchandise at rock-bottom prices, and sold everything for under $10. They had had some success with licensed college apparel, but they'd never done anything like a signature athlete shoe. Marbury's pitch was radical. He would design a basketball shoe, a real one, not some cheap.
Yeah, if it wasn't a different colorway, let that orange be black or something. Let that orange be black. Or let the whole color be, the secondary color be black on a white. I wear those to hoop.
Knockoff, and Steve & Barry's would sell it for $14.98. Marbury would take a royalty of just $1 per pair. For context,
Really?
Michael Jordan made about $25 per pair on every Air Jordan sold. Marbury was giving up 96% of a typical endorsement cut because he believed the point wasn't to get
Then
rich.
he got his brand tatted on his head. Hey man, this nigga, he's something different, bro. I ain't never really dig into the lore in behind Steve Marbury.
To prove something. The Starbury 1 launched in August 2006, and Marbury did
See,
something
them is hard. I will hoop in those. They get dirty fast, but them is hard. Go sit here and tell me them not hard. What? Come on now.
no athlete had ever done before.
Not as in like I could throw a fit together in them. As in I could hoop in those hard. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's a difference. See me when I was in middle school, we used to bust the hooping shoes off the uniform. What you know about busting the bronze off the uniform or the Kyries off the uniform? These days, kids gotta have Rick Owens, Jordans, all type of dunks, all type of fancy. Man, it was simple when I was in middle school. I started seeing the incline to Jordans and whatnot, and more expensive shoes in high school. But in middle school, we was doing the hooping shoes off the uniform. What y'all know about that? Even freshman year, that's why I wasn't getting no hoes. Yeah.
Or his budget shoe in an actual NBA game on national television while making $15 million a year. He held press conferences where he showed up in Starbury's.
Them black ones I could wear those black ones. Come on, bro.
He did interviews
Not
where he
these ones,
talked
though.
openly
There's
about
too much going on with these.
the sneaker industry's markup and called it exploitative. He went on record saying that kids shouldn't have to choose between buying groceries and buying shoes. The response was
That's real.
immediate and split right down the middle. Consumers loved it. The Starbury 1 sold out in its first week. Steve
Really?
& Barry's locations had lines around the block, and within the first year, they moved over 4 million pairs. Parents were crying in stores because they could finally afford to buy their kids basketball shoes
How
without
much
going into debt.
I'm about to look at how much Shaq's go for these days. Cause Shaq wasn't nothing but a rip off Jordan. He just bit off Michael Jordan style and then threw a dunk man instead of a jump man. But let's see.
Schools started buying Starburys in bulk for their teams. It was genuinely a phenomenon. The sneaker industry hated it. Nike said nothing publicly, but former employees have since described the
Get the fuck
internal
outta here,
reaction
bro.
as something close to panic. Not because Starburys were going to outsell Jordans, they were not, but because Marbury had done something far more dangerous. He had exposed the lie. He had proved on a national stage that you could make a legitimate basketball shoe for
Okay. $12 to $35. So Shaq bit off of Sean Marbury style. But the thing with Shaq's, Like, look at these. These look like Jordan 10s. Can y'all see that? Them look like 10s. But it's like if you wear that, if you wear it off a fit, bro, you get inflamed. I'm sorry to tell you that. The Shaqs, I never been one to wear Shaqs, but people that do wear Shaqs, or they wear the Mexican Jordans, is what we call it, bro. You get inflamed, bro. But these Sean Marbury is hard though, cause it's different in this original versus Shaq. He's just ripping off Jordan, straight like that. I'll hoop in these Sean Marbury. Give me some all black ones, yes.
$15
I wonder if they still sell it. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
and still turn a
'Cause
profit.
I definitely need some new hooping
It
shoes.
meant that every time Nike sold a $170 shoe, they were making a choice. They were not simply meeting a cost, they were making a choice. This is the thing the sneaker industry never wanted consumers to think too hard about. The technology in a $170 shoe is not 10 times better than the technology in a $17 shoe.
Nigga, why is somebody selling some pre-owned Sean Marbury on eBay for $20? Nigga, the shoe wasn't even $20, and you beat them up. Yeah, I'm off the internet for the day.
The materials are not 10 times more expensive. The labor is not 10 times more skilled. The difference is brand, marketing, and margin. And Marbury was saying that out loud while playing in the NBA while wearing the proof on his feet.
Facts.
For about 18 months, it looked like the Starbury experiment might actually change something. Sales stayed strong. Steve and Barry's expanded aggressively, opening new locations in
Hey, one thing I bet they can't say, or y'all can't say about his shoes. Y'all remember when Zion, when Barack Obama went to go see Zion play? Where was it, Duke? And then his Nike bust open. Sean Marbury ain't had that problem. And then Zion got injured off of that, so he couldn't even play for the rest of the game. I ain't hear nothing about Sean Marbury shoes busting open. And Zion played like what, maybe double or triple the price of what his shoes is. Come on, man, talk to me nice, man.
more celebrity deals. They got Sarah Jessica Parker for a fashion line, Amanda Bynes for another. The company's valuation climbed toward $1 billion.
Really?
Marbury kept talking, kept wearing the shoes, kept hammering the message, and then everything
neck
fell
hurts, y'all.
apart.
That's what I'm doing
The
now.
problem was not the Starburys. The problem was Steve and Barry's. The company's business model had always been precarious. They made money by negotiating sweetheart lease deals with desperate mall owners, but those deals came with aggressive expansion requirements. To hit their numbers, Steve and Barry's had to keep opening stores, whether the locations made sense or not. They took on massive debt to finance the growth.
You
And
know,
when-
you don't see one. They had to go bankrupt, or they had to shut down. Like Kmart shut down, or what else used to be around that shut down? I know Kmart for sure. Yeah, let's just say Kmart. I don't know if y'all had a Kmart where y'all at, but we used to have a Kmart up here. I don't see no Kmarts no more. But yeah, they had to go bankrupt because ain't no way.
2008 financial crisis hit, the whole house of cards collapsed. Stephen Barry's filed for bankruptcy in July 2008. All 276 stores closed. The Starbury line lost its
They had 276 stores. You know how many people lost their jobs? Oh my.
entire retail footprint overnight. And it was not just the company that imploded. Marbury's NBA career was disintegrating at the same time. His relationship with the Knicks had turned toxic. There were public feuds with coaches, rumors about locker room conflicts, and one truly bizarre incident involving a live stream where Marbury ate Vaseline on camera. By
Ate Vaseline on camera with the. I mean, that's a strange choice in a food or whatever you want to call it, in a meal, whatever you was eating Vaseline for. But why is he eating Vaseline? Why is that even like a big problem? They want to be weird, let him be weird.
2009, he was effectively out of the NBA.
Damn.
The sneaker industry watched all of this happen and did absolutely nothing. They did not need to compete with Starbury. They just needed to wait for it to die.
Dang.
Here's the thing, though.
Damn, it's
The
hard. I could hoop in these. It's kind of giving me like Iverson vibes a little bit. I could hoop in these, bro.
Who didn't actually die? After Steve and Barry's collapsed, Marbury moved the Starbury line to other retailers. You can still buy Starburys today at Walmart, on Amazon, and at various discount stores.
Merch. I mean, I'm not going to Walmart for no hooping shoes, but that's cool though. You know what I'm saying?
They still cost under $20. They are still legitimate basketball shoes. Marbury still makes a small royalty on every pair sold, but nobody talks about it anymore. There are no press conferences, no ESPN
I don't even see
segments,
them.
no cultural conversation. The Starberry became what the sneaker industry always wanted it to be: invisible. Marbury, meanwhile, reinvented himself entirely. He moved to China in 2010 and joined the Chinese Basketball
Oh,
Association.
that's what's up.
What happened next is one of the strangest redemption arcs in sports history. He became a legitimate superstar in China, not just a player, but a cultural icon. He led the Beijing Ducks to 3 CBA championships,
Yeah, hooping. Let's go, Ducks. That's how you bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up because
learned Mandarin. He became a Chinese citizen. The
They say he
3
learned
CBA
Mandarin.
championships. He learned Mandarin. He became a Chinese citizen. The city of Beijing built a statue of him. Not a plaque, not a mural, a full bronze statue of Stephon Marbury, erected outside an arena.
That's what's
In a
up. This nigga winning in life. Man, who needs the NBA? This nigga ain't need the NBA. Nigga went to China and built a whole life for itself. On the flush. Nice little
where he
stretch.
arrived as a washed-up NBA reject. In China, the Starbury story played differently. The cheap shoe was not seen as a gimmick or a failure. It was seen as evidence that Marbury actually cared about regular people, that he was not just another American athlete chasing maximum dollars. The authenticity
Real nigga.
that American sports media mocked became the foundation of his entire second career.
And they say it don't pay to be a real nigga. This is living flesh of what a real nigga is. How it plays to be a real nigga. The benefits in coming to be a real nigga. And it's like you shouldn't even be a real nigga to seek the benefits. You just be real just because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody else dictate how you are as a person.
So what actually happened here? Did the $15 shoe almost destroy Nike? That's probably an exaggeration. Nike's stock dipped slightly during the Starbury launch, but they were never in real danger. The sneaker industry's moat is built on decades of cultural conditioning, athlete relationships, and distribution networks that a discount retailer could not replicate. But Marbury did prove something that the industry still has not really reckoned with. He proved that the price of sneakers is a policy choice, not an economic necessity. He proved that an NBA player could wear a $15 shoe in professional games without his
My
feet
goals looking nice. I love having gold teeth, y'all. Hey.
falling off. He proved that millions of consumers would choose affordability over status if someone actually gave them the option. And here is the part that should bother Nike more than anything.
What's that?
Nobody has seriously tried this again. You would think after Starbury, some other athlete would pick
Yes,
up
they
the
did. Shaq did. What you mean? I mean, probably not to this extent, but Shaq definitely sell his shoes at Walmart.
torch, make affordable shoes a cause, challenge the markup publicly, but it has not happened.
Imagine getting robbed for some Shaqs or some Bronze.
Not because the economics do not work,
There we go.
Shaq has quietly sold 400 million pairs of budget shoes through Walmart without any of the crusade energy. It has not happened because the incentives are too strong in the other direction. Athletes make generational wealth from sneaker deals. Challenging the system means leaving money on the table. And most people, given the choice between $25 million and a moral stance, take the money. Marbury did not take the money. Whether that makes him a visionary or a cautionary tale depends on what you think the point of all this is. The sneaker industry learned one clear lesson from the Starbury era. If someone threatens the pricing model, do not fight them. Do not respond. Do not engage. Just wait. Because the forces that protect high margins, such as retail relationships, marketing budgets, and cultural dominance, are patient, and idealists usually are not. Stephon Marbury is 49 years old now. He coaches
Really?
basketball in China. He still wears Starburys.
This nigga built a whole life in China, bro. Give a round of applause to this nigga, bro. People be shaming people that go overseas when they get kicked. They're not wanted in the NBA. This nigga made a whole life, a whole career, a whole legacy for himself. He got a statue in China. How many NBA players got a statue in America? Of course, you got Kobe, maybe Shaq. maybe a couple others, but y'all get what I'm saying, bro. Shout out him. Now let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Again, I will wear these to hoop. I'm not wearing these on a day-to-day basis. I'm not wearing these to the club. I'm not wearing these to go grocery shopping. Just strictly for hooping outside or on the court, straight like that. But no, let me know what y'all think. Let me catch you next in the next one. Yes,